just to clarify, when did the romantic relationship between the two of you start?
Yeah, so, we get into, there's been this effort to say that, okay, these exact dates are at issue, and these exact dates are, I'm getting signaled here. Oh,
yeah, take it. You want to go off mic for a second?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're saying all of this is just scripted information? They can't speak from the top of the dome and let us know what's on their mind? Welcome back to Mike Rocca Uncensored. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do me a huge favor. Hit the like, subscribe, and follow button so that you can receive all the latest videos as soon as I get them uploaded for you. If you guys noticed in my videos, there's a lot of, I do some clipping and do some stuttering, and I'm not the best speaker, but I do that on purpose. I want you guys to know that these are my real thoughts. I'm not scripting anything. I look at a situation, I do my homework, and I try to decide how I want to talk about it. I want to have real conversations with you guys so that you guys know that I'm not being disingenuous in any way. But then you look at a lot of things that the Democrats do, and all you have to do is listen to all of these Democratic stories that are being told all at the same time. When they decide that they want you to see Donald Trump as a convicted felon, every channel you turn to, every story you hear, every interview they have, they are now referring to Donald Trump as the convicted felon. I mean, to me, it's free publicity, because the more they say that, the more people realize just how duped the government thinks we are and naive, and makes them want to vote for the convicted felon even more. But that's what they do. It's scripted. No matter what else you say, no matter how else you answer the question, as soon as Donald Trump's name comes up, the convicted felon. There's a billboard out here in Las Vegas, actually, that refers to him as the convicted felon. I want to go take a picture with it because I want to be able to throw that back in their face when he wins the presidency and his elections are overturned, and you can basically say, ah! So this thing with Nathan Wade, he's in an interview. He's the guy, if you don't know, he is the guy that has been having an affair with Fani Willis. And they're trying to show the corruption, the timeline of corruption between what's going on with the Democratic Party, how they weaponize the justice system to go after Trump and keep him from being elected. That's what everything is about right now. What they care about more than anything is keeping that man from disrupting the power that they have been in control of for decades. Not just the Democratic Party, but the old geezers, those older Republicans who have been in office with them and have probably benefited financially or in some other way just as much as the Democratic Party. That's why when those old geezers run for office, they don't really care who wins. Let's make it a fair election. But they know, regardless of who gets in power, we're all still going to have some form of control. They don't have that with Donald Trump. So we can't let him become president because he's going to take that power away from us. We already had 4 years of that. We created a pandemic as a result. So it makes him look bad. It makes you not want to vote for him. That's just my opinion. That's just an allegation. Don't cancel me. Well, you can cancel me. I don't give a shit. This Nathan Wade interview. This man is starting to speak what he knows. He's willing to tell you his version of the story. At least that's the way it appears. But as soon as they feel, these people in the background feel like he got legal representation on what he should and should not say, and the minute they feel he's going off script, they push the pause button live on CNN. Keep it rolling. We just want to talk to him for a second. And then they had a football huddle in the corner. And you're like, okay, look, we're going off what we want to say. We're going to need you to change your tone. And yeah, we need you to say things this way. Got it? All right, break. And he comes back, and you heard what he said before. People want to make this, thing about, and he starts to stutter. He doesn't know what he wants to say. He doesn't know how he wants to say it, but it sounds like he wants to give you his version of things. But let's check out what happens as soon as they come out of this NFL football style huddle that they just had.
That's good? Yeah, good. We asked.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Just to revisit the question, it was to clarify when the romantic relationship started and when it ended.
Sure. So, I believe that the public has, through the testimony and other interviews, the public has a clear snapshot that this is clearly just a distraction. It is not a relevant issue in this case, and I think that we should be focusing on more of the facts and the indictment of the case.
Completely changed. He was willing to give you an answer from the dome, from his own brain cells. They have an NFL huddle and it completely changes. We don't want this should not be a distraction from the case. We want to keep focus on what's going on. Dude, you guys have to see, when you start understanding what the Democratic Party is doing, this becomes a comedy show. In fact, it would be even funnier if we also didn't understand what they're doing is destroying this country. Point blank and simple. They are doing some very underhanded things. And again, I'm going to keep throwing this out here. Look at the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. This is why I decided to vote Republican as opposed to Democrat. You can fault the Republicans all you want to, but at least they're giving you real and genuine information. They're willing to defend their position on why something is the right thing or why something is the wrong thing. They will debate with you. They will provide you with resources and informations. The Democrats don't do that. They make up polls and tools and stats and all this. They'll make it all up. They can't prove a single thing that they say. And the minute you go after them for the evidence, it's either destroyed. In several cases, in case you don't already know, this is not something I'm giving you my opinion on. We know there are several instances where they have accidentally destroyed information that the people, Republicans, the House, whatever, should have had access to. It conveniently and accidentally got destroyed. They do a character assassinations on people, but they can't tell you why that person is racist. They can't prove to you that people like Donald Trump is a racist. When you ask them to take accountability for their own actions, what do? They classify documents like the Epstein list. The RFK, and I'm just throwing this is a conspiracy. I'm not trying to tell you what did or didn't happen, but the RFK assassination, which we should now have access to because of the statutes that say that they can classify documents for so long and then it gets released to the general public. That point in time has expired for the RFK assassination, but they have decided to still not release all of that information. And that just begs the question, why would they do that? We have a system and a policy in place, and you're deciding when it's okay to break it. Merrick Garland got held in contempt recently because he's deciding when it's okay to show up for a congressional hearing, for a subpoena. He's deciding what information we should or should not have. He's telling us that we should take them on their word when we don't trust you guys about absolutely anything at all. Anyways, man, this is just another one of those things. The Democrats are scripting absolutely everything. Just listen, like now that I've said it, when you hear these interviews, listen to how many times they refer to Donald Trump as a convicted felon. Listen to how many times, even in Fani Willis's case in Georgia right now with this whole Young Thug situation, they're calling the attorney, Young Thug's defense attorney, Trump's attorney. She's not, whether they've been Trump's attorney in the past, whether they've defended Trump in the past, whether they believe in the same concepts and ideals that Donald Trump has right now, that person is Young Thug's attorney, not Donald Trump's. But they want you to make sure that, the reason why Fani Willis is under such scrutiny right now isn't because of her own actions. It isn't because there's a corrupt judge sitting on the bench. It isn't because of all of that. It's because that's Trump's attorney. We got to open up our eyes, guys. This is not about politicians telling us what to do. This is not about the media telling us what we should believe. This is about us, the people, sticking together to do what's right so that we can make better decisions on who we're voting for because we deserve better. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Peace.